suicide is preventable. Most people who are suicidal don't really want their lives to end. They're just unable to see alternatives to their problems. The understanding, support, and hope that you offer can be their most important lifeline.
Most of the people who attempt or commit suicide give clues or warnings about their intentions. Do not ignore statements like, "You'll be sorry when I'm dead," or "I can't see my way out." No matter how casual or jokingly said, these may really indicate suicidal feelings.
Depression is not a weakness, but a serious health disorder. Both adolescents and adults who are depressed should seek medical help.
Although many suicidal people suffer from extreme distress and emotional pain, these are not necessarily signs of mental illness.
Alcohol and suicide often go hand in hand. People wishing to commit suicide do so under the influence of alcohol or other drugs. Even people who do not drink may do so shortly before killing themselves.
Talking about suicide does not cause someone to become suicidal. Actually, the opposite is true. Asking someone directly will often lower anxiety levels and act as a deterrent to suicidal behavior. Discussing suicide is openly and honestly one of the most helpful things you can do.
A person is being bullied when they're exposed repeatedly and over time to negative actions on the part of one or more other persons, and they have difficulty defending themselves. Sometimes bullying can leave people at risk for serious problems. Stress from being upset and afraid can lead to problems with mood, energy levels, sleep, and appetite. It can also leave people feeling jumpy, anxious, or sad.
If you're being bullied, teased, or harassed in a hurtful way or know someone who is, don't suffer in silence. Tell someone. Bullying can escalate, so speak up until you find someone who helps. You can talk to a school counselor, a social worker, or a trusted teacher or family member. And if you feel like the bullying is getting you down, counseling may help. If you're not ready for that, you can still benefit from the support of a trusted adult.
Cyberbullying is the use of technology to harass, threaten, target, or embarrass another person. Online bullying is easier to commit because a bully doesn't have to confront the victim in person.
Although teens thinking about suicide are not likely to ask for help, they do show warning signs to their friends, peers, and teacher personnel. Never ignore these signs. You can help. Some situations that might lead teens to think about suicide is breaking up with boyfriend, problems at home, and rejection by friends.
Children and youth who have experienced a personal loss, abuse, an early tragic or frightening event, or who suffer from depression and an emotional problem have a higher risk of suicide. Warning signs may not appear right away. Parents, teachers, and friends must be good listeners and observers.
Suicide notes. These are very real signs of danger and should be taken seriously.
Previous attempts. If a child or teen has attempted suicide in the past, there is a greater likelihood that he or she will try again. Be very observant of friends who have tried suicide before.
Depression, helplessness or hopelessness. When symptoms of depression include strong thoughts of helplessness or hopelessness, a child or adolescent is possibly at greater risk for suicide. Watch out for behaviors or comments that indicate that your friend is feeling overwhelmed by sadness or pessimistic views of their future.
Mass depression. Sometimes risk-taking behaviors can include acts of aggression, gunplay, and alcohol substance abuse. Although your friend may not act depressed, their behavior suggests that they are not concerned with their own safety.
Final arrangements. This behavior may take many forms. In adolescence, it may be giving away prized possessions such as jewelry, clothing, journals, or pictures.
Inability to concentrate or think clearly. Such problems may reflect in classroom behavior, homework habits, academic performances, household chores, even conversations. If your friend is skipping class, getting poor grades, acting up in class, forgetting to or poorly performing household chores, or talking in a way that suggests they're having trouble concentrating, this may be signs of stress and risk for suicide.
Changes in physical habits and appearance. Changes include the inability to sleep, sleeping all the time, sudden weight gain, sudden weight loss, disinterest in personal hygiene and appearance.
Changes can include withdrawing from friends and family, skipping school or classes, loss of involvement in activities that were once important, and avoiding friends.
Death and suicidal themes. These might appear in classroom drawings, work samples, journals, or homework.
A suicidal child or adolescent may show an increased interest in guns or other weapons. They may have increased access to guns or pills, and they may talk about or hint at a suicide plan. The greater the plan, the greater the potential for suicide.
Threats. Threats may be direct statements such as "I want to die" or "I'm going to kill myself," or unfortunately indirect statements such as "the world would be better without me" or "no one will miss me anyway." Younger students or those who may have some delays in their development may not be able to express their feelings in words, so they will provide indirect clues by acting out or violent behavior, often accompanied by threatening or suicidal comments.
Efforts to hurt oneself. Self-injury behaviors are warning signs for young children and teenagers. Common self-destructive behavior include running in front of traffic, jumping from heights, and scratching, cutting, or marking the body.
Know the warning signs. Read over the list and keep it in a safe place.
Do not be afraid to talk to your friends. Listen to their feelings. Make sure they know how important they are to you, but do not believe you can help them on your own. Preventing suicide will require adult help.
Make no deals. Never keep a friend's suicidal thoughts a secret. You can't promise you won't tell. You have to tell to save your friend.
Tell an adult. Talk to your parent, your friend's parent, a school psychologist, a school social worker, or a guidance counselor. Just a trusted adult. And don't wait. Don't be afraid that the adult won't believe you or they won't take you seriously. Keep talking until they listen. Even if you're not sure if your friend is suicidal, it's okay. This is definitely the time to be safe and not sorry.
Asking for help is often not easy, especially when you are the one who is feeling down, overwhelmed, irritable, or anxious. Our tendency is to think that it will just go away, or believe the negative thoughts that run through our head that say things like, "You're just not good enough."
Some people begin to have suicidal thoughts, but these thoughts don't necessarily mean that you actually want to kill yourself, rather that you have too much pain that you can cope with right now. The pain of deep depression is intense, at times unbearable.
Even if you have real pain, put some distance between your thoughts and your actions. Make a promise to yourself that you will wait 24 hours or longer and not make any rash decisions during that time.
Thoughts and actions are two different things. Do not let your suicidal thoughts become a reality. Talk to someone who has experience helping people in your situation.
A suicide or crisis hotline.
A family member, a private therapist, counselor, or psychologist,
a mental health agency,
a school guidance counselor, a school social worker, or a school psychologist,
a family physician.
Avoid using drugs or alcohol while you're in a crisis. Although they may seem tempting, they can greatly increase your chances of hurting or killing yourself, even though you weren't intended to do so.
Right now, if you have suicidal thoughts, contact someone. Just know that real help is available. Talk to a trusted adult or school teacher.
Growing up is not easy.
Children and teenagers face many tough decisions, difficult life experiences that at times seem overwhelming.
For some kids, a difficult, scary, or life-threatening situation can cause so much distress they think about killing themselves.
Suicide is one of the leading causes of death for kids in high school and middle school, and it can be prevented if friends and adults are aware of the warning signals and know what to do.
In Kentucky, suicide is the second leading cause of death among teens, but it is the most preventable.
Depression and anxiety are often present in those who feel suicidal.
Depression and anxiety are treatable. Ask for help.
Never keep thoughts of suicide a secret. People want help and support with their pain.